Take us through how that, I mean, we've seen how the COVID restrictions were really a march towards tyranny to usher in whatever the hell the elite want, right? Tie this all together for us, how the climate change hoax ties into every other horrible things that the World Economic Forum and the CDC wants to do to us.
Well, let's start with March of 2020. The whole world changed with the executive order, United States signing the emergency declaration. And this gave every mayor, governor, literal dictatorial powers overnight. The most consequential decisions of our life, church closures, school closures, work closures, canceling of medical procedures, canceling of weddings and funerals, and no one could attend, and vaccine mandates and mask mandates, medical interventions, all without an ounce of democracy. Unelected bureaucrats, public health officials, pushed by government agencies and governors and mayors using executive powers, were able to just run roughshod for years in the United States. This was a shock. This turned, and this happened in Canada and New Zealand and Australia and all throughout Europe. All the entire once free West emulated one-party rule China. So when March 2020 came along, light bulbs went off. They got very excited. They had finally achieved what they had been lobbying for decades. They had the power. Democracy need not apply. So in relates to answer your question about climate lockdowns, climate activists immediately, one was Jamie Margolis of Teen Vogue magazine, came out and said, if we can shut down the world for a virus, we can do the same thing for climate. And by the way, that's almost a verbatim quote. I'm not just paraphrasing there. And John Kerry said, the parallels between COVID and climate are screaming at us. They're both neglected. This is what happened. And then you had a George Soros, Bill Gates funded professor, Mariana Mazzucato in Europe, actually coined the term climate lockdown, saying when the COVID lockdowns end, the world may need to resort to climate lockdowns. And this is where we are, the intentional collapse right now of our energy, transportation, food supply, and free speech, all in service of what the World Economic Forum calls the Great Reset. And that Great Reset was announced 2 months after the COVID lockdowns